of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alih. The people of Yemen embraced Islam through the hand of Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam, because Rasulullah sent Imam Ali alayhi salam to Yemen to teach these people, to guide them. And they fell in love with Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam when he came to them and preached Islam to them. And we still see this today, the love of Imam Ali alayhi salam in the people of Yemen. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alih, first, before he sent Imam Ali, he sent someone else. He sent Khalid ibn al-Walid, but he was not successful in his mission. He tried to invite people to Islam, but after 6 months, no one converted to Islam at the hands of Khalid. So Rasulullah sent Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam, and he addressed the people. He read the letter of the Prophet to those people, and through his akhlaq, through his character, through his wisdom, the tribe of Hamdan, they accepted Islam at the hand, all in one day, this very big tribe. And when the Prophet heard the news that this tribe accepted Islam, he fell down in sujood and prayed for mercy upon that tribe who accepted Islam. And due to the conversion of this tribe, all the other tribes followed suit. All of them accepted Islam. Malik al-Ashtar fought in many of the battles. He's a very brave warrior. Similarly, like how we read how Imam Ali alayhi salam was in battle when he would fight alongside Rasulullah, Malik al-Ashtar was like this with Imam Ali alayhi salam. In one of the battles they were defending against the Romans, it said his eyelid was, he was hit with the sword on his head, and his eyelid was cut. And this is the reason he was named al-Ashtar, because he had this cut on his eyelid. Malik al-Ashtar was also sent to Kufa by Imam Ali alayhi salam, and he wanted to gather support for the Battle of Jamal. Malik went to the masjid trying to gather this support, and it said that he rallied the support of 18,000 people to support Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. Subhanallah, one person rallying this many people. So we have to ask ourselves, what are we doing to rally the support for our Imam, the Imam of our time, Imam Mahdi, Ajallah Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif? Do we talk about the Imam with our friends? Do we talk about him with others? Do we encourage our children to learn about Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam? Do we tell them the importance of supporting the cause of our Imam? Things we have to think about. At the Battle of Jamal, Imam Ali alayhi salam arranged his army with Malik al-Ashtar commanding the right side, the right wing of the army. Ammar ibn Yasir commanding the left wing of the army, while Imam Ali alayhi salam was in the center, and the banner was carried by his son Muhammad ibn al-Hanafiya. So Malik al-Ashtar held a very big, important role in the armies of Imam Ali alayhi salam. And when he fought in battle, Malik al-Ashtar followed the rules of engagement in jihad that Islam teaches, the one that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi taught his followers to do, which were some of them not to attack the elderly, not to chase those who fled away from the battlefield, not to attack women, not to attack children. In Islam, we have rules of engagement when it comes to fighting in wars. But when we look at how other nations fight, they have no morals, no akhlaq. Everything is fair game to them. They say we Muslims are bloodthirsty and want to kill other people and all of these things. They describe us like savages. But when we look at those who are not from amongst us, those other people who fight wars, we see that those are the ones who are targeting children, women, bombing hospitals, schools, masajid. It's clear for everyone to see. During the Battle of Siffin, Muawiyah asked the advice of some of his men about the war tactics. How should we do with this war, for example. And Al-Walid said, prevent them from drinking water. It will force them to surrender. So they agreed on this, which violated the laws of Islam. It also violated human rights. You could not prevent someone else from getting the water they need to survive. So Imam Ali alayhi salam, his soldiers became very thirsty. Malik al-Ashtar became thirsty. So one of the soldiers, they told Malik, they said, there's only a little bit of water left with me. Can you please, just take it and drink it? I want you to have it. So Malik, he refused. He said, I won't drink any water till all the soldiers drink water. This is the type of man Malik al-Ashtar was. Malik went to the Imam. He said, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, everyone here is thirsty. We have nothing left with us except to fight. There's no other option. So the Imam answered yes, and he got his soldiers together. He gave them a very encouraging speech, told them to go fight to obtain this water. He said, death is that man is pleased with humiliation. This is the real death, if we accept to be humiliated. And he said, and life is that man who dies and he becomes a shaheed. In this case, we do not accept humiliation. We learned this from Imam Hussein alayhi salam. It was better for them to go and die and become shaheed. So Malik went into this battlefield in Siffin. He fought very bravely. He advanced toward the Furat. And then after a lot of fighting, he was able to recapture that riverbank, forced Muawiyah's army to leave, to withdraw. The battle continued. And Muawiyah thought of a new trick. Instead of blocking them from the water, what else should I do to trick the army of the Imam? So he asked the advice of Amr ibn al-As. Amr said, I'm sure we can cheat them with the Quran. This is what they are thinking. We want to guide people with the Quran. They want to trick people and cheat people with the Quran. How can they do that? Muawiyah was happy with this, and he told them, put the Quran on the spear, lift it up towards the enemy. Put the Quran on the spear, so when they see it, they will stop. They won't want to advance towards people holding Qurans towards them. So when the Imam's soldiers saw this Quran on top of the spears, they thought about stopping the battle. They didn't want to fight anymore. So Muawiyah tricked many soldiers in this case. Imam told them, this is the trick. I was the first one to call you to the book of Allah. I was the first one to believe in the book of Allah. They have disobeyed Allah and broken the promise. But 20,000 soldiers, they disobeyed the Imam's orders in this case. It's a large number of your followers to disobey. They stopped fighting, and they wanted Malik al-Ashtar to withdraw, also to stop fighting. So without knowledge, we can easily be tricked. This is what happened to these 20,000 soldiers. When we know and understand the position that our Imam has been given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then we would submit to anything our Imam says to us. We won't give any value to any other opinions that someone else brings. We would know that he is Sayyidi wa Mawlai, is our master. We would accept anything our Imam says. So Imam sent soldier to Malik al-Ashtar to tell him, you should stop fighting now. You should withdraw. So Malik al-Ashtar knew that Muawiyah's action by holding this Quran, he knew that it was a trick. He understood this. But he wanted to keep fighting, but now he has a command from his Imam. So he said, the command of my Imam is above me. Whatever I want to do, it doesn't matter. I need to follow the Imam of my time. So he was an obedient soldier. We have to ask ourselves, when we are faced with a decision in life, do we submit to and obey our Imam, or do we do what we feel is best for our own interest? We put the Imam's words on the side. Do we make excuses when it comes to following the commands of Allah and Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, or do we know that these are the best guides for us to follow, that Allah has sent them, perfect human beings, to follow, to emulate, to submit to them wholeheartedly? We have to examine ourselves. We have to find out where we are weak at. We have to build up ourselves to become submissive servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have to prepare for the time when the Imam Mahdi ajallahu ta'ala farajahu sharif comes. He may ask us for our support. What will we do? Will we give him our support, or will we make up excuses? This is a test that we will have to face. Malik al-Ashtar was known to fight bravely like a lion, so the enemies were very afraid of Malik al-Ashtar. But on normal days, Malik looked like a poor man, a poor person. He wore simple clothing. He walked humbly through the markets, so most people didn't recognize who he was. He wasn't a show-off. He didn't want everyone to know, okay, this is me, I'm coming through, I'm a brave warrior. He just walked like a normal person. One day, while Malik al-Ashtar was walking in the streets, some foolish person is eating the dates and he's taking the stones and he's throwing them. So he threw them at Malik al-Ashtar and hit him in the back with these stones. Then the guy started laughing at him, started laughing at Malik al-Ashtar. He hit him with a stone. A man saw this guy throwing these stones. He said, "What are you doing? You know who that is?" He said, "No, I don't know who he is." He said, "He's Malik al-Ashtar." Malik kept on walking. He didn't pay any attention to this guy throwing these stones at him. He remembered how the mushrikeen in Mecca used to throw things at Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi. He didn't let it bother him. They used to throw dust and trash and many things at Rasulullah, but he kept silent. So Imam Ali alayhi salam, he remembers these words of Imam. He says, "Prevail over your enemy by doing a favor to him. This is more successful. You will save yourself by good manners, good akhlaq, by swallowing the anger." He said, "I didn't find anything sweeter than swallowing one's own anger in the end, and nothing more pleasant in consequence than swallowing the anger." Many times people will say things out of line to us, out of anger, to hurt the other person. But this is not the way, to conduct ourselves, to stoop to their level, to say something bad to them. Rather, when someone says, when we say something harmful to someone else, which we cannot take it back. Many times we can say a word to someone and it lasts there with them for a long time. Rather, we should take our time and cool off before we say something that we regret. So Malik didn't pay attention to this guy. He kept walking. He walked to the masjid. He went in there and he prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive this foolish person who threw things at me, who was laughing at me. That man who threw the stone came running after him. He came a little bit later. He ran into the masjid. He embraced Malik al-Ashtar. He apologized to him. He said, "I want to apologize to you for my bad akhlaq. I shouldn't have done that. Please accept my apology." Malik answered, "Brother, don't worry. Wallahi, I came to this masjid to pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive you for what you have done." Malik knew the words of his master Imam Ali alayhi salam when he said, "Bear yourself towards your brother in faith in such a way that if he breaks kinship with you, you keep to it. When he turns away from you, you be kind to him, get closer to him. When he withholds from you, spend for him. When he goes away, approach him. When he is harsh, be lenient towards him. When he commits a wrongdoing, think of an excuse for that. So much so that you are like a slave to him, and he is a master over you. Help your brother in any case and go with him wherever he goes. Never retaliate against him, even if he throws dust in your mouth." Subhanallah. Beautiful narration on how brothers in faith should be with each other. When we look at the world, we have to ask ourselves, are we like this or not? Strength isn't always about fighting, but rather it's about if we can restrain our anger or not. Many of us get upset. very easily at the slightest thing, and we take it out around on all those people that are around us. They didn't even do anything to us. We are upset about something totally different, but we take it out on everyone else, such as our wives, such as our children. Outside the house, we can seem like the most pious person, muttaqi, but inside the house, we can be a terror, like Saddam Hussein, for example, inside our house. We could terrorize our families outside, and inside the Husseiniya, for example, we could be the one that is reciting the salawat and reciting the dua and all of these things. And when we are home, our family is afraid to even say anything or come in the house. We have to, when we come, they get afraid. Oh no, he is coming. We have to examine how we are with our relationships with other people. How do we handle the test when we get upset? Life is full of trials all the time. We have to learn how to deal with it. And we have to remember the great warrior Malik al-Ashtar, how he repressed his anger even though he had the strength to crush that person who threw something at him. But he didn't do that. He went and prayed for their forgiveness. Allah gives us many examples in Quran to take lesson from. Tadabbur fil Quran. Take these lessons, think about them. Look at Nabi Ayyub alayhi salam, who lost everything, but he was patient. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Many historians, when you look at it, they all praise Malik al-Ashtar, that he was an extraordinary individual. And perhaps it's impossible to pay a greater tribute to Malik al-Ashtar than the words of the Imam himself. Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam, in the battle of Siffin, he put his hands on the shoulder of Malik. He said, "You have served me with the same distinction in devotion which I served my master Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi." Subhanallah. Our aim in life should be that our Imam would tell us this. Imagine being acknowledged by the Imam of our time, saying that you are a good servant towards me. You are a good follower of me. Malik al-Ashtar always resorted to the Imam's guidance, not trying to do the things on his own way. He was like the shadow to Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. And we must ask ourselves, do we resort to the Imams for guidance, or do we resort to our own opinions? We don't even look to the Imams for the guidance. First, we just go whatever makes us feel good. We have to not do that. We have to go look and see what the Imam would advise in this case by knowing their rawayat. Any problem we face in life, we should first start going to Quran and Ahlul Bayt alayhimu salam. Thaqalain. Rasulullah left it here for us so that we follow them so we do not be misguided. Imam Hussein alayhi salam is Misbahul Huda, the lantern of guidance. We have to be close to the Imams. Once, Mujtahid in Najaf, he told me that people are of 4 different types. He said, present but absent. He said, for example, some people are living near the holy shrine in Najaf, yet their mind, they're absent and they wish that they were somewhere else. They are living there, for example, but they want to be in America, make money, or be somewhere in Europe, make money, for example. I've seen this. The second type of person is absent but present. For example, someone may be living in a faraway place from Najaf, like here. They're far away from Karbala, but their mind and their heart is present there with Abu Abdullah, Imam Hussein alayhi salam, even though we are here. Then we have present and present, meaning they are living there around the shrine, but they are aware of the blessing that they have. And absent, meaning someone is far away from the shrine, but their mind and their heart is also far away from the shrine. We should always ask Ahlul Bayt alayhimu salam to keep us close to them with our hearts and our minds and not to forget them. Muawiyah had his sights set on this Egypt. He wanted to take it, to control it. So he sent a big army to occupy Egypt. The ruler of Egypt was Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr. He asked Imam Ali, send some military to come help me, because they're going to invade Egypt. So the Imam said to Malik al-Ashtar, Malik, may Allah have mercy on you. Go to Egypt. I have complete trust in you. Rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Use gentleness in its places and intensity in its places. So Malik al-Ashtar went towards Egypt. Imam Ali sent a lengthy letter, very famous letter now, to how to govern Egypt. Academically, it's described as one of the earliest and most important Islamic texts on how to rule a government. The letter is treated throughout Muslim history as the blueprint for the Islamic government. It has so many different chapters, so many beautiful instructions. It isn't found in Nahj al-Balagha, something that should be studied. Even part of it was mentioned once in the United Nations by the Secretary General at that time, back in the 1990s, 1997. He quoted the part, said, your brothers, people are either your brothers in faith or your equals in creation. So Muawiyah feared that Malik al-Ashtar's appointment to Egypt would give Imam Ali alayhi salam strength. So he plotted to kill him even before he arrived. According to the account, Muawiyah would import poison from Rome. And the Romans allowed this because they said, doesn't matter, they will use it to kill themselves, Muslim killing Muslim. So Amr ibn al-As told Muawiyah that Malik would most likely pass through this town. So we should go promise the local landowner something in order that he gives this poison to Malik al-Ashtar. So they promised him that they would exempt him from the lifetime of paying any sort of taxes, and they would give him other gifts. So the man agreed. He took this poisoned honey, and he looked for Malik's arrival. When he came, he invited him to his house, and then he put this honey on the table. So when Malik al-Ashtar took this spoonful of honey, he realized in his stomach the plot that had happened. So he said, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, inna lillahi wa inna alayhi raji'un. He knew that his time would come and he would pass away from this. When Muawiyah received the news of Malik al-Ashtar's death, he said, Ali ibn Abi Talib had two hands. I cut off one of the ones in the day of Safin was Ammar ibn Yasir, and today I have cut the other hand, Malik al-Ashtar. To Ali alayhi salam, Malik's death was a very big blow. He said, you know, if there was ever a one-man army, it would be Malik al-Ashtar. When we study how he fought in the army, it is amazing. His presence inspired confidence in the own army, pushed them to fight harder. His name struck terror in the hearts of the enemies. When the news reached Amir al-Mu'mineen, he said, what an excellent man Malik was. Had he been a mountain, he would have been its firm rock. Had he been from stone, he would have been solid. Wallahi, some men in the world will be pleased by his death, but it befits the mourners to mourn over him. We are for Allah, and unto him we will return. All praise be to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. I shall seek reward from you for this sacrifice, for surely death is amongst the greatest worldly calamities. May Allah bless Malik with mercy. No doubt he faithfully dispersed his charge. He completed his term of life, and now he met his Creator. While we have reconciled ourselves to forbear every adversity after being bereaved of Rasulullah, which was the greatest calamity to mankind. Malik al-Ashtar was loyal to Imam Ali alayhi salam. The Imam could always count on him. He said his death was one of the greatest calamities for him. This all attests to the status of Malik al-Ashtar. When we look at lessons from his life, we see restraining one's anger, practicing patience. We see loyalty and submission to the Imam of our time, placing the Imam at the forefront of our lives. These are some of the many lessons we can gain from the life of Malik al-Ashtar. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Another who was loyal to Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam was the dear friend of Imam Hussein, Habib ibn Madahir. Habib ibn Madahir didn't know where Imam Hussein was until a letter arrived from Imam Hussein at his home. At that time, he was having breakfast with his wife. They came and brought a letter to Habib. Habib read the letter from Imam Hussein and he started crying. He started to kiss this letter that came from his Imam. His wife asked, "What is wrong?" Habib said, "I haven't received a letter from my master, Imam Hussein, in a long time. Now I have received word from him. He asked me to join him in Karbala. He said Yazid's forces are surrounding him. They are after his life." Habib's wife said, "Ya Habib, your childhood friend has called you. You must go. He needs your help. What are you waiting for? Just get up and go and help him." Habib was worried how to escape Kufa without being seen. He instructed his servant to take his horse to a farm outside of the city and wait over there. The servant took Habib's horse to a farm outside the city and waited. Habib was delayed, and the servant started talking to the horse. The servant said, "Oh horse, our master Hussein is in trouble. He needs our help. He asked Habib ibn Madahir to join him, yet Habib is late. Oh horse, if Habib cannot escape from Kufa, I will ride on you myself and I will go help our master Hussein." At Salat al-Asr, most of the men were in the masjid, so Habib managed to sneak out and go meet his servant. He quickly got on the horse and he told his servant, "Go, my friend, go. You are free. You don't owe me anything anymore. I free you in the name of Allah." The servant said, "Master, you are not being fair to me. I have served you faithfully for all of these years. Now I have the chance to serve the son of Sayyidah Zahra, and now you are asking me to go? Why are you denying my place in Jannah?" Habib was surprised at the words of his servant. He was pleased to hear that his servant recognized the truth and accepted the Imam. He told him to get on the horse and join him, so they rushed toward Karbala. Habib, when he reached Karbala in the evening, Imam Hussein alayhi salam was very glad to see his friend. He hadn't seen him in a long time. Sayyidah Zainab heard that Habib had came. She asked her maid Fidda to go give Habib salam from me. When Habib heard that Sayyidah Zainab had sent greetings to him, he screamed out in grief. He threw his amama on the ground. He slapped his face. Tears rolled down the cheek of Habib ibn Madahir. He said, "What a sad day. What a sad day. What has happened to the household of Rasulullah? What has happened to the household of Sayyidah Fatima Zahra, Sayyidat Nisa al-Alameen? Yazid, O tyrant, what have you done to the household of Fatima Zahra?" The first days and nights of Muharram passed by. Ashura came. At the dawn, Ali Akbar came out to call adhan for the last time. Yazid's soldiers started blowing their trumpets to sound the call for battle. One by one, Imam Hussein's companions came to the battlefield. They gave their life for Islam. Jaun came, Zuhair, Muslim ibn Awsaja, all of these companions came and gave their life. Between Dhuhr and Asr, Habib ibn Madahir came to Abu Abdullah. He said, "Ya Sayyidi, Ya Hussein, allow me to go to the battlefield and sacrifice my life for Islam, sacrifice my life to defend you." "Habib, my childhood friend, just stay with me. You being around me is giving me comfort. I don't want to see you go into the battlefield." Habib persisted, "Please let me go." Eventually, Imam Hussein alayhi salam gave his permission. Hussein helped his friend Habib onto the horse. Habib ibn Madahir rode into the battlefield. He fought bravely, but he was finally overpowered. Habib ibn Madahir fell to the ground. As Habib fell to the ground, an enemy soldier came and cut the head off of Habib ibn Madahir. Ya Allah. All the shuhada of Karbala had their heads cut off, but Habib was the first one to be beheaded by the enemy. Habib's head was not mounted on the spear like the rest of the shuhada. Habib's head was tied on onto a horse, and it was pulled on the ground of Karbala. Later on in Sham, Habib's head was tied to the neck of a horse. A young boy named Qasim followed the horse wherever it went. One day the man riding the horse, he asked the young boy, "Why are you following me around? Why do you keep coming after me? What do you want from me?" Qasim just stood there and looked at the head that was hanging from the horse's neck. The man said, "Why are you staring at this neck, this head hanging from the neck of the horse?" He said, "This is the head of my father, Habib ibn Madahir. Please give me the head back of my father so that I can bury my father's head." It looked as if Habib's head looked at his son and said, "My Qasim, you are thinking of burying my head, but what about the head of Abu Abdullah on the top of the spear?" Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. As-salamu ala al-Husayn wa ala Ali ibn al-Husayn وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين يا حسين